Hello, Chaithanya. Let's start your interview. Please introduce yourself.
Yes, sir. Good evening, sir. I'm Chaithanya Paul. I'm from Manchiryal district of Telangana state. I graduated in metallurgy and materials engineering in the year 2015 from NIT Warangal, and I prepared for civil services from 2016 to 2019. From In 2019, I joined Karimnagar District Cooperative Central Bank as assistant manager, and presently working in the same bank. My hobbies include watching movies, cricket, tennis. I love pencil sketching, sir. I like still drawing, and I also do weightlifting as a fitness activity, sir.
Okay, tell me something about your family as well.
Yes, yes. My mother is a government employee. She works in the medical department. My father is also a government employee. He works in the police department. I have a younger sister. She's a doctor, and she finished her MBBS, and she's presently doing her post graduation.
Okay.
Yes, that's
Uh, you have done your graduation in metallurgical and material engineering
yes,
from
sir.
NIT Warangal.
Yes, sir.
Okay, and you have some work experience related to that as well?
No, sir. No, sir. I immediately went for civil services preparation after graduation. I didn't take up any work related to my graduation.
Okay, and you have worked in Karimnagar District Cooperative Central Bank.
Yes, sir. I'm actually presently working in the same bank, sir. The DAF was a bit problem with the DAF. I mean, it's the cutoff date was only some 31st to 2020, sir. It's not taking the present
Okay.
dates.
Okay, not an issue. Can you tell me
Yes.
how this will help you as an enforcement officer in EPFO? Because I can't see this relevant.
No, sir. I mean, uh, my work is also related to public, sir. There will be constant interaction with the public on a daily basis, and I also need to see that certain accounts of the public customers need to be maintained in the proper way, and proper KYC need to be done. And yes, sir, in this way, maybe I can say that my work is somewhat related to the job of enforcement officer.
Okay. So your place of birth is Lakshatipet. Am I
Yes, sir.
right?
Lakshadweep. Yes, sir.
Yeah. Lakshatipet. Tell me something about Lakshatipet.
So Lakshadweep, it's a municipality in Manchiryal district of Telangana state, sir. Uh, Population of our town is about 30,000, sir. It's a mandal. It's a part of Bellampalli Revenue Division. And the geography includes this Godavari River flows through Lakshadweep, sir. Lakshadweep is on the banks of River Godavari.
Okay.
Yes,
Tell
that's
me,
all I can do.
tell me a famous festival that is named behind a god's name that is celebrated near Lakshatipet.
Famous goddess. So there are there is this temple of Lakshmi Narasimha Swami, sir. The temple is also on the bank of River Godavari. Uh, as far as I can remember, sir, there was this Pushkaralu. They say this Pushkaralu happens in the ghats of River Godavari.
Okay. Have you heard of Gudem God?
Yes, sir, that's the same temple. Gudem God. Yes, Gudem Temple. We call it Gudem Temple.
Okay, you
Yes.
haven't mentioned that.
Yeah,
Okay.
fine. Sorry.
Okay, as you have mentioned, your hobbies watching movies, cricket, tennis,
Yes.
still drawing, weightlifting. So, can you tell me when was weightlifting introduced to Olympics?
I'm sorry, sir. I can't remember.
Okay, and what about same question for tennis? Is it included in Olympics?
Yes, yes, sir. It's included in the Olympics, but I can't remember the actual correct year, sir.
Okay, okay. Tell me something about still drawing.
Yes, sir. Still drawing or pencil sketching. It's a form of drawing, sir. It includes. We need to draw the objects as they are placed in the certain place, sir. The way we look at the object, like a flower vase or a guitar, or any other object for that matter, we need to draw as we are looking at it, and it might change with the sunlight. I mean, if we draw it in the open, we need to be quick, we need to be fast, so that with the changing of daylight, the angle which you are looking at also the shades and also gets changes.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what do EPFO do basically?
So EPFO, it's an abbreviation for Employees Provident Fund Organization, and as far as I know, sir, it's the world's largest social security organization, and it was formed by this act, sir, in 1952. Employees Provident Fund and Miscellaneous Provision Act 1952. So it has a statutory basis. It looks after the social security needs of all organized workers in throughout India.
It provides some kind of benefits to people, common people.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Can you tell me where does it invest to give that amount of investment benefits to people?
Sir, I'm not pretty sure, but I can make a guess, sir, educated guess.
Yes, go ahead.
So, they might invest in mutual funds or the stock equity. So I'm not sure about government securities, but I think yes, sir. I'm unable to recall anything right now.
Okay. Let's just assume a situation that you are selected as an enforcement officer.
Yes.
A person comes to you and asks, where should I invest? And he tells you about two basic schemes. One is EPFO, that is providing the investment at the rate of
8.1, sir.
okay,
The
and
recent.
other government scheme which is providing 9.1% in investment benefit. So where do you what do you suggest to that person? Where should he invest?
Sir, I will explain to him the benefits of both schemes, sir. So investing in EPFO has certain benefits like tax benefits. I mean, even at the time of withdrawal, and there is this facility of withdrawal for important events like education or marriage or house construction and all. And if at all the other scheme has any other certain benefits, I will explain them that also to the other candidates, sir. And maybe I'll leave it to the person, sir. And I might focus more on our EPFs.
Okay. Okay.
Chaithanya, you mentioned about your hobby with respect to sketching, that is pencil
Yes, sir.
sketching.
Yes.
Tell me what is perspective in painting?
I'm sorry, sir.
What is the concept of sketching in painting or in drawings?
I'm sorry, sir. I'm unable to answer the question.
All right, Chaithanya, you have a good work experience working in a cooperative bank, but
Yes, sir.
cooperative bank don't have a very good reputation when we talk in context to the banking system. What is the reason for that? And tell me any two things which you have learned being an officer here, which will be useful as an enforcement officer.
Yes. So cooperative banking is one of the I won't say it's one of the prominent, but it's a significant part of our Indian financial system. But unfortunately, the role of cooperative sector is reducing, and recent controversies like the Punjab and Maharashtra cooperative bank, all those I mean, show this cooperative banks in poor light, sir. As far as the reasons for this poor performance of cooperative banks, I would say there are some issues like regarding the top management, sir. And there's this dual regulation of cooperative banks, both by state governments as well as the RBI or NABARD. Yes, sir. But there are recent changes. Like last year, there was this amendment to Banking Regulation Act and bringing urban cooperative banks and multi-state cooperative societies under the full ambit of RBI. That's a good step, sir. but there is more to be done, sir, to reduce this political influence and as well as interference. Given that board of director has many politicians, uh, sir, regarding the utility of my work experience for enforcement EPFO, sir, as I mentioned, we are always constantly in touch with public, sir. On average, we speak to around 100 people a day, and we get to know their grievances, and we do our best to solve them, sir.
So that is
Uh,
one quality which you have already mentioned. I asked for three qualities. So what are
yes,
the other two?
yes, sir. Sir, we do this insurance also, sir, through our banks. Insurance for customers, so that also acts as a social security for our customers. So like Pradhan Mantri Janani Jeevan Jyoti Bima Yojana as well as Suraksha Bima Yojana. Uh, sir, I'm sorry, sir. I'm
Okay, so you were mentioning some government schemes for the welfare of the downtrodden population or the needy population. Tell me
yes,
one thing, during the lockdown or pandemic period, EPFO also came up with the new with a initiative to help its members. So what was that scheme was called, and what was the way EPFO helped them?
sir. Sir, to my knowledge, the services of EPFO were declared essential services during COVID, sir. But I'm 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 unable to recall the particular name, specific name of that scheme introduced by EPFO, sir. I'm sorry, sir.
Okay. Chaitanya, you have a degree in metallurgical science.
Yes,
Tell me, the science was very much popular in the ancient India also. Can you tell me, or can you give me some examples of metallurgical development of ancient India?
yes, sir. Sir, the beginning of metallurgical metallurgical some kind of engineering we can date it back to our bronze Indus Valley civilization, sir. Particularly that bronze cast technology. We have this dancing girl of Indus Valley civilization that can be said as what's, rudimentary beginnings of our metallurgical science.
What
And
was
then,
it? What was the technique used for manufacturing a dancing girl statue?
so that was lost wax techniques,
Okay.
lost wax technique. And then coming to our Iron Age, uh, there are, vast vast evidences of this iron ore smelting areas, sir. Throughout India, particularly in areas where we found this megaliths. We can associate megalithic culture to Iron Age, Iron Age also, sir.
Um, all right. So you are saying that we had some examples in megalithic culture also with respect to metallurgical science.
Yes, sir.
Any specific example?
Sir, we found this some we can't say those are perfect furnaces, but some kind of metal furnaces, sir, in particularly in Karnataka, Maski, or Kukkalu, if I'm not wrong, sir, those places. Then there are evidences of iron ore smelting even in Telangana, sir. Telangana. I'm unable to remember the exact name of that.
All right. Can you recall any specific example of the Gupta period also?
I'm sorry, sir. It comes to as a cultural thing.
Acha, if there is any kind of a dispute in the cooperative bank of employees with their employer or the management specifically, do the employees of the cooperative bank go on strike?
Yes, sir. Sir, we have some unions, sir. Unions for employees. Whatever grievances we have, we communicate to our manager or seniors to the managers. If we can't get the problem solved, then maybe we have to take it up with the unions, sir. They provide a forum to discuss this grievances.
Okay, so what is public utility services as per Trade Union Dispute Act, Industrial Dispute Act? Sorry.
Sir, I need to brush up my knowledge on the tax, sir. I can't remember.
All right. My last question to you: can
Sir.
you tell me who regulates which is the authority to regulate the provident funds in India?
Sir, it's a PFRDA, Pension Fund Regulatory and Development Authority, sir, if I'm not wrong.
Can you tell me something about its working when it through which act it was being established, and who heads this organization?
Sir, I'm really sorry, sir. Sir,
Okay.
I need to look it up, sir. I need to read more about PFRDA. I'm not sure.
All right.
Okay, Chaithanya, let's start with the feedback.
Okay, sir.
Tell me, what were the weaknesses that you got to know?
Sir, this is my first mock interview, so
Okay.
I'm feeling a bit nervous, sir. Actually, my hands I clapped throughout the interview.
Okay.
I mean, it was, so
when is your interview?
sir, on July 12th.
July 12th. You have around 12 days.
Yes.
Okay. Prepare well. And first of all, your dress up is not that good.
Yes, sir. I just came from bank, sir. I had very little time.
Yeah, please be prepared. And
Yes.
you are not really good at your graduation questions or basic questions, biodata questions. You're not good at those. So you need to prepare first of all. Apart from that, you haven't prepared any subjectual knowledge. May I know why?
Yes. Sir, I mean, subjective knowledge in the sense related to EPFO.
Yes, related to EPFO as an organization, you haven't prepared that.
Yes, sir. I'm preparing some kind of notes, sir. But yes, sir. I would say I need to do more.
Go through the EPFO website.
Yes.
Basic structure, how does it function, what are the areas that it invests in, and what is the sector that it caters to, and basic functional knowledge should be there of EPFO particularly. And
Okay.
apart from that, weightlifting, tennis,
Yes, sir. I need to do.
when these were included in Olympics, and what are the main events that we see of these sports, you should know.
Yes.
And if it is your graduation that makes it unique, that you have done in metallurgical
Metallurgical
yeah.
engineering. Yes.
So be prepared with some kind of questions, some kind of links. There will be in history. So please,
Yes, sir.
you need to prepare that.
Okay.
All right, Chaitanya, see, you need to work on your hobbies also. Okay.
Yes, sir.
The good part is the way you answer. That's very interesting. That is very much interesting. But the thing is, you are using lot of guesswork without taking the permission of the panel. Okay. So if you want to take any guess, then ask for the panel's permission. And accordingly,
Okay.
dressing, as already sir has told you about the dressing part. And
Yes.
one thing which I noticed, that you understand the question well. That's a good point.
Yes.
Then accordingly you answer. But
Yes.
the thing is, the only mistake which you are making, that is either you guess or you give the wrong answer. Okay, you should not be doing this thing. Okay, if you
Okay.
have the answer, give that answer. If the question is not clear, then ask the panel for the clarity, or otherwise
Okay.
just tell them that you don't have the answer. You have a very good way otherwise to say that you don't know. As
Yes.
you said that you will brush up on this this topic, or you will
Yes, sir.
read on this. So that's a good part. Okay,
Yes.
so your hobbies part is not very well prepared, as I was saying.
Okay.
The thing is, when I ask you about the perspective and the drawing, so I guess you should be aware about this term at least. Okay, we
Yes.
do this thing in the drawing part.
Yes.
EPFO is not at all prepared. Okay, you have given all the wrong answers with respect to EPFO, labor law. When did you
Yes.
revise last?
Sir, it was only, I mean, to be frankly, sir, I forgot all those things, sir. I have some handwritten notes, but I need to revise them, sir.
All right. So if you have the
Yes.
notes, then you should revise from that, so that
Yes.
if there is any specific question or even a general question from the labor law and legislation or commerce part is asked, you are able to answer that. Okay.
Yes.
Take a week's leave if you can from the bank
Okay. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I
and
will do that.
prepare for the interview.
Yes, sir.
Acha, one more thing, from where you have prepared for EPFO?
Sir, I followed success class, sir. There were some good classes on. Some madam was giving the classes.
All right. So
Sir,
accounting part was covered by
yes.
ma'am.
Yes.
Basically, so you must be having good notes. So you should
Yes.
revise those notes so that
Yes.
you don't have any concern with respect to these dimensions. Okay. Academics also, as sir was saying, academics is also not covered. So basically, you on the basic aspect now of any interview, you are not very much prepared for that. Okay. So if you just devote 1 week time on all these dimensions, this can be worked out. It's not a big issue. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Because
Okay, sir.
major issues are with respect to how do you give the answer, how you approach the panel. So on that aspect, you were good.
Yes.
Okay. So these are the small things. It can easily be worked out, and we hope that you will be able to do so.
Okay, sir.
Okay. And you will be getting the recording of this interview. So just go through this interview, and you haven't noted down any of the feedback. So just make a list after this interview of all the things and
Okay, sir.
work on all those aspects. Okay.
Okay, okay, sir.
And one more thing, your interview is on 11th July, na?
12th, sir. 12th July.
12th July. So you
Yes.
should share your feedback with respect to the interview also, plus the transcript, all
Okay.
what all questions they have asked you and what answer you gave, so that we can also guide you about your scoring, what marks
Yes,
you.
sir. Sure, sir. Sure, sure.
And accordingly, as you know, Success Tree is helping students free of cost. So
Yes, sir.
it will be useful for the upcoming batches.
Yes.
All right.
Sure, sure. Sir.
Any other question you have from the panel?
Sir, I wanted to know if they'll ask from engineering, sir. I mean, it's long back. It's almost like 6 years back I finished my engineering.
They'll ask basic questions, not so deep. They'll ask very basic questions. So you must have an idea of that. So don't
So
worry about
frankly,
those.
I don't remember anything about my engineering, sir.
So just understand the basic concepts of metallurgy. Okay.
Okay, okay, sir.
Brush up overview.
Yes, sir. Yes. Okay, sir.
Any other question?
Fine, sir. Will they go deep into this finance, commerce, and labor? I'm okay with labor law, sir. But there is this part regarding accounting and all those things. I'm
They
a bit
can
too
ask
deep.
some questions, but they won't go so deep. Only current affairs will be asked.
Okay, okay, sir.
Yeah, related to current.
Okay, okay, sir.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay. All the best and prepare
Thank
well.
you, sir.
Okay.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.